Good evening, everyone, and welcome to GrayManPrepping. It is time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic is going to be goats for preppers. I know some of you are scratching your heads on this, but hey, what can I say? All right. Well, first of all, let's get over here and see who's all in the house. And let's see here. So, Shady Hill Homestead, once again, was first one in. Followed by Walt Rogers. And Walt puts out a point, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to hit it right now. As you know, he will use goats to keep the weeds and brush out of the pasture lands and the fence lines clear and neat. Yeah, Walt runs besides being a deputy sheriff, his family runs a big cattle ranch. And on some of the lines and hills, similar to what you see in the background here, I froze. They run goats up around to keep the fence line clear so they don't get predators hiding inside the fence line to go after some of the calves and stuff. All right, Phelan Klein Wolf was next. He says he's going to be lurking tonight. And that's the thing, if you're lurking, it's not a problem. Hit the thumbs up. Do like Phelan did, say, hey, I'll be lurking. So the next one is Prepper for the Ages, followed by Black Guns and Gardens. Welcome. And Northern Girl Hobbies, very welcome. Little Lone Preppers, haven't seen you since last night. Tammy Harder's in here, and she's going to be lurking. And we'll get more people rolling in here slowly. Different parts of the country, it's, like California, there's and Oregon, Washington, Nevada, they're just getting on to dinner time. Others back east, it's 8 o'clock back east. So, want to remind everybody to stay hydrated. Temperatures are, right now for us, they're at the top end of normal for September, or the first part of September. And I mean the top end of normal, almost into the above normal. The staff sergeant's still getting hit with a lot of heat there in California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. I think they're supposed to be having 110 degrees either today or tomorrow. So, yeah. All righty. Tonight's topic is one that some preppers, this is one of those things that most preppers and even some homesteaders don't think about. So homesteaders are more on the ball when it comes to goats. And that is, like Walt mentioned in his comment, keeping the brush down. And for preppers, it's keeping the line of sight clear. So there's no hiding places out there for somebody in a ghillie suit to sneak up on your position. Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks, Mark, for coming in here. And let me go ahead. And Mark's got the last 9 of 18 pints of applesauce in the water bath. Ooh. And Maria Marga Vog is in the house now. And I'll go ahead and just I'll go ahead and pin this over here so it when some of the normal suspects come in, I can bring them up. And now, back when I was a teenager, my sister had 4 goats and had a little enclosure for them, and they'd let them out for a little bit and bring them back in an enclosure. But it was funny. I was out visiting one time, and I pull in the driveway, and there are 4 goats on top of the well house. It's like, yeah. So I went and knocked on my sister's travel trailer. Hey, goats are on top of the well house. Hey, Kaylin, how's it going? And yeah, they only had goats for about a year and a half, and they got rid of them. I think what got put them over the top was when one of the bucks came in, went into rut and stank the whole place up. That's one of the bad things. There's good and bad for all types of animals. And when the male goats are in rut season, yeah, it gets rather nasty.
Oh, things can get really bad.
We're talking goats.
Hi, I'm here. They all make the same. Okay, the screaming goats, the ones that faint.
Yeah, screaming goats. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a cough drop out here because.
All right, I'll be back and forth. I'm waiting for my water to come to a boil so I can hit the timer.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring up some pictures here. Go on to the next slide here. Now, when most people think about goats, there are generally two things that come to mind. Generally, milk. I see so many videos on YouTube about people raising goats for milk. And I did see an interesting video earlier today. There was a couple cattle ranchers, and they were actually talking about goats and stuff and sheep and everything. And they were saying that, that the sheep and goats were bigger in Montana than cattle were in the beginning. But yeah, goats have always been in, and they were talking about goats in Europe and Asia. That's big. That's bigger than cattle any day of the week. Everybody has a goat if they have land, and goats eat less than the cows do, but goats also can get into their trees and stuff too in places they don't want to. Goats are very smart for getting through the barrier holding them in check. Yeah, I know in California, prior to the demon rats deciding, hey, we're going to tax all these small people who have goats that are renting goats out for weed control, for fire control. We're going to tax them because they're probably making lots of money. So we're going to keep big taxes on them because they don't have any overhead. And all of them, as soon as they were fighting the tax. So went to effect. When it went to effect, none of them were renting out their goats anymore. They sold them all. And oh wow, what happened? Caltrans, the California Department of Transportation, got pissed up in arms about it, saying, "Hey, now we can't hire anybody to eat all the weeds and brush down along the freeway. It's going to cost us, millions of dollars now to do this." So, yeah, but goats were one of the few things that were keeping the undergrowth at bay in parts of California to keep it from all burning up, and now they don't have goats out there no more.
Oops.
Hey, Jeremy. Tennessee Tactical One is in the house. Yeah, I think, Jeremy, I finished that up tonight, and I got the video. I got to edit it and get it posted. Actually, I think I did finish. Yeah, I finished editing it. I just got to upload it after the live stream, showing it completed and done. It looks really nice now. All right, let's see. Goat's milk. There is a website. Anybody thinking about getting goats called fortheloveofgoats.com, and they covered Nubians and other goats for making for milk and cheese and for the dairy products on it. And of course, there, if you want to see what breeds there are, you can Google or use one of the other search engines and put in dairy goat breeds, and then click on images, and you'll find a poster like this that lists the different breeds and stuff. And you'll probably find articles and stuff and other what do I want to call it, associations for goats, for making cheese, for doing milk, and stuff like that. Now, one of the next things that people, and this is where it comes in important for preppers. Not that dairy shouldn't be an important thing on preppers' minds for making cheese and milk. But hey, yeah, weed control. Now I know if you're on a small phone or a tablet, might not be able to see it. But above the goats here, by this tree here, is a you can see it's a creek. So there's a creek meandering to the right of the goats through there and up through there, and I've seen where goats keep it clear near the creek so they can get out there and drink. But in doing so, they make it so the cattle and the sheep can get to the creek without getting stuck. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights in the house. Woo! So undergrowth weed control is a big thing for it. You got on the left, you got the before picture, and then on the right, you have the after pictures, and the goats are still in the background, still eating away, but they take stuff down.
They even eat the bottoms of the trees they can reach.
Oh, not just the bottoms. I should have saved the one picture. I looked at it. I thought you guys would have thought it was photoshopped.
It's one of them goat monkeys.
There's several goats on the bottom, and you look up. There's about 12 goats in the tree.
Goat monkeys.
Up in there, eating all the tender branches and stuff up in the tree. It's just I about fell out of my chair laughing at it. And then of course there is meat goats. Now for several years I've been following the meat goat thing because I thought we might want to do it here. And I know Arms Family Homestead was doing the meat goats for a while. Hidden Heights Homestead, Keeping It Dutch were doing it for a while. And the goats they all got were either Spanish goats or Kiko, not keto, Kiko goats, which are from Australia. And they were some of the goats that were sent, the Spanish goats that were sent down there, and some other breeds. And they got loose out in the outback, and they survived. And they are very hardy goats. They're very immune to certain things that affect other goats and stuff because, selective breeding, the most hardiest survived and kept on reproducing the most hardiest types of goats. And so, that's one of the ones that they get because they are specifically meat goats. They don't produce much milk, but they produce a lot of good meat. What I miss? I guess okay. Yeah, fainting goats are absolutely hilarious. Oh, I see what Little Prepper was talking about. The Tammy's canning red hot apples tonight. Oh man, someone else there canning. Okay, I think that's the last picture I got on that. Yeah, let me drop that down while I get something up here for you guys. Escape that down. Pull this over. Yeah, well, I've shared this before. There are two sets of books out there that are really good, got great reviews on them, and there we go. And so I'm bringing up my Amazon wish list. I do not have an Amazon affiliate, so I'm not one. So I just share stuff. I have the butchering beef one, but the one I want to show you tonight is for poultry, rabbit, lamb, goats, pigs. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we did talked about pigs. But yeah, this has a good color photographic going through on how you're going to need to process those animals if you have the goats and stuff, how to do it. One of the things that I saw, who was it? It was Daniel at Adams Family Homestead was talking about it. They would usually they would raise the goats up and sell them to people as a goat, not processed. But they tell them, these are some of the butchers that process the goats. If you don't have one, you can contact one of these guys. And they finally decided to do some themselves, and they took some down to this one processor there in Oklahoma, and they had a little store there besides the butcher shop. And he said they had a bunch of goat jerky, jalapeno,
that just sounds
teriyaki,
wrong. Goat jerky. Sorry, that just sounds wrong.
I know, but Daniel was saying, he goes, this stuff is actually really good. So that's another thing to think about too. If you're a prepper, hey, you can do the goat jerky, and you could probably, I'm not sure this, so Mark, chime in on this, please.
It's meat. You could freeze dry it, but I'm going to be doing bison burgers here probably later in the week. Wife got a whole bunch of them from my daughter. Really good burgers, but they're frozen. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to throw them in a freeze dryer and just freeze dry bison burgers and take them out to the cabin. And she's looking at me like, you can do that? I'm like, sure. So just put the cold water in a pouch and let it sit for an hour or so and throw them on the grill.
Which means you cannot do the same thing with goat meat. Run it through the meat grinder, sure, and make goat burger, or if you prefer. What's really funny is I saw this one video and I was busting up laughing because of the stupidity of the poor girl in it. She was absolutely convinced, and she was arguing with her friends, that hamburgers came from pigs because it has ham in it because it's called hamburger.
Oh, I've seen that one. Some people you just can't fix. Yeah.
And they're trying to say, no, it comes from what was done out. The name comes from the steaks in the style of Hamburg, Germany. And it was ground. It was basically like Salisbury steak. They ground it up, make it back into steak, and they cook it. No, it comes from ham. Yeah. So yeah, you can make hamburger from goat. You can make hamburger from pig. You can make hamburger from cow. And bison and whatever else. But yeah, so you could do that and then freeze the patties, and that ought to make a lot of the preppers are really serious about, it's like being sustainable. It's like, that could do it. Jack's here from Geeky Gardens. Welcome.
Well, there's not usually a lot of leftover scraps like on a steer. So 90% of your meat off a goat or a sheep or anything like that is in the form of a chop or a steak or a roast or whatever. So really, there's not a lot of extra to grind up. It's kind of a waste at that point to grind it up as.
Unless you have a couple hundred of these suckers running around, you need to butcher a bunch of them. Then you make hamburgers and freeze dry them.
Sure. I'm not that desperate yet.
Yeah, but it's well. And the thing is, going back to what Daniel said, that not only did they have goat jerky there, they had goat sausage.
Oh yeah,
both breakfast sausages in the links, in the patties, and in the hanging sausage.
I bet you if you look at the ingredients, there's pork fat in all of those.
Could
for
be.
Flavor, because you need the moisture and the flavor. Because goat's pretty lean. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
I wonder if you grind up their horns if it's an aphrodisiac like rhinos. I don't know. You know what? Try to use everything. Chinese probably have something for it.
No, I'm just thinking back. If you look at history and the ancient civilizations, Greece and Rome and Egypt and Mesopotamia and everything else, goats were big everywhere.
They used everything.
They used everything, but goats were so common, they couldn't convince him. There was no way to convince anybody. Oh, if we grind it up their horns, it's going to make you more virile and potent. And unlike a rhino, it's like, okay, guys, we need about 20 guys. We're going to try to take down this rhino because it's very rare to get a horn from one.
Well, somehow the Chinese figured out what does what, and I'm sure goat horn is in there somewhere. If you Google goat horn Chinese medicine, I'm sure something will pop up. It probably fixes like toenail fungus or something. Yeah, she's doing it now. I'm waiting for this response. This ought to be interesting.
There we go. All right. So I'm typing in goat horn medicinal uses, and the AI is going crazy on it. Goat horn. It says goat horns have been used in a variety of ways, including medicine. Goat horn has been used in the pharmaceutical industry as a substitute for saiga antelope horn. Traditional Japanese medicine. Goat horn shavings, also known as, I can't pronounce it, are traditional Chinese medicine to treat liver and heart.
Well, there you go. See? Told you they got to use it. They figured out something thousands of years ago that it works for.
They are said to have cold properties and can help clear excess heat, soothe the liver, and eliminate toxins. And then it goes on for other things like Zulu medicine, dog treats, and other things.
Well, they're hollow, so you could like cut a hole in one end and use it as a horn.
Yeah. So, Jay, I don't think so. I think when fainting goats faint, they just fall over. That makes it kind of harder to milk.
I think you need to try milking one of those screaming goats. Every time you pull the udder, it just screams at you. That would keep me laughing like nonstop 24/7. Uh-oh, he's looking up screaming goat.
A bunch of videos on it. Doesn't say much of it. Oh, there's a screaming goat picture and figurine, book and figurine on Amazon. What are screaming goats? And it goes to a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
Finding a screaming goat is a 2% chance.
How about the goats that go? I know you've seen that video. The guy trying to talk to the goat, and he's like yelling at him and rattling back, spitting at him.
Yeah. Hang on. This is hopefully I don't get dinged for this one. I'm not going to show the thing. I'm just going to show some other things here. I think this is one that does a lot of them.
One of those compilation videos of all the
no
wacky goats.
I'm going to see if I can get this one to save images. Go to the GIF folder. And make this bigger. Ah, man, it came out so friggin' small. It's going to be blurry.
Yeah, fainting goats.
What? Umbrella at them, and they all go down.
Except for one or two.
I really don't know. Yeah, so I'm not sure on that.
I'm sure there's a farm out there somewhere that has goat's milk ice cream.
Yeah. Let me get rid of that picture there. And let's see. Goats are goats are absolute escape artists. I mean, It's like, you don't put 1 or 2 strands of electric shock wire. You put like 8 or 9, and even then they may still jump up over it. So I mean, I swear, just goats have airbag springs.
Like an 8-foot chain link fence with barbed wire and electric wire hanging over on their side.
Yeah,
like a prison.
Well, okay, interesting. Going to show it here. There is a Whole Foods Market has Lalou's goat milk, vanilla chocolate, Rumplemint goat milk, cappuccino almond goat milk. What's this other one? I can't hardly read it there. Make it that one bigger. Black Mission Fig goat milk. So hey, you can buy it in the store. You can order it from different places. Yeah. So
time to pull my applesauce out. I'll be back in a few.
All right. And so if you're really interested in it, recipe, and go back to all. Yeah. So you could. Yeah, there are recipes for goat milk ice cream. Oh, so here's a question. Is goat milk ice cream healthier? Not only does goat milk contain less lactose, but its fat content is so much simpler for the human digestion than cow. So this means that the fat globules in goat milk are smaller and easy for our fat dissolving enzymes to break into smaller pieces as they pass through our stomach. Well, it says gut, but I put stomach. Well, the fact that it's actually it's probably big in Europe, and you probably do that. But the fact that there is goat milk ice cream being sold here in the U.S., it's probably not bad. Actually, I'm going to go back here and check something out here real quick, just to give you some information. Ice cream. Oh. By Fred Meyer carries a couple different brands here. Let me I'm going to check someplace out here real quick here. And the grandsons are outside riding their scooters. Well, there's goat milk soap as well. And I'm looking to see. No, no goat milk ice cream being sold from Amazon. I'm going to check other stores and see if I can find if it has anything here. Yeah, around here it's coming up local. I can't get it to go national. It's just doing the Fred Meyer grocery stores here in Idaho. So check your areas, because and also Bolam's here in Idaho, and Manwaring Cheese and Gelato. So yeah, so you'll have to look somewhere else for it. It's checking the thing here. Yeah, trying to remember who was making goat milk soap. Abby. I haven't seen. I gotta check. See if I gotta go back and see if I've been I've probably been unsubscribed to Abby and didn't notice it. Justin's in the house. Hey, King Poopah. Hey, Justin, do you remember who the young Abby was? What her channel name was? That Courtney, I know Courtney was following her for quite a while. I don't know if Courtney still is, but if she's still putting out stuff, I've got unsubscribed. I wanted to check up on her again, but she made goat milk soap too. Tuka V, how you doing? Buying a small herd of goats. The other condo owners will be thrilled.
Hey, they'll have to cut the grass anymore.
Wait a minute. That just I gotta look something up. I gotta look something up on it.
Just watch out for those little dark brown pebbles.
Okay. Dang it. Didn't want it to do that. Okay. I thought it was a picture. It's going to a video, so I got to stop it here. And where is that? I'm going to get it right on the one picture here so I can stop it. Okay. You ready for all right, Jay, this is for you. Miniature goats, pygmy, miniatures. Look at that, in the hand. You can raise them in your condo. All right. Yeah, there wasn't. It was Abby something or something. Yeah, Abby Harvest, or something about Harvest Abby or whatever. Yeah, Bountiful Harvest Abby. I think that's it. But yeah, she used to do goat's milk, and there's a couple others. There is another channel down the road from me here, between me and Blackfoot, so about 6 miles away, Dirt Patch Heaven, and they have goats down there too. Yeah, Bountiful Harvest Abby. I'm gonna have to check that. Make sure I check that out. See if I can. I gotta look this up before I forget it. And Liz. I'm not looking at this. She still has goats or not. She still has goats or not. No, it shows I'm still subscribed. And she hasn't done. It's been 11 months since she's done a video. But she's probably so busy. She was setting up a business for her candles, her soaps, and her flower shop, online flower shop. So she's probably just so busy she can't doesn't have time to do the YouTube thing anymore. So I need to get another cough drop in here. Yes, very true, Diana. When a male goat gets into rut, yeah, you want to wear a Tyvek suit when you go out to feed him so you can have someone pressure wash it clean. But yeah, seriously, if you think about it, if you're going to buy some property and you want to keep the fire danger down and try to get it to be more usable, a goat herd's not a bad deal to do it.
Just good luck keeping them out of your garden.
Well, that's why you kind of fence off. You put up the electric fence out around the garden area and around the other area. You keep them out in the other area and just let them compete. And if they're back east, you let them compete with the hogs. And Lewis is in the house. You missed a bunch, Lewis. You're gonna have to catch the first half on replay. No, that's what I was going to show. Just for laughs and giggles, because the staff sergeant was saying, it is kind of cold up there, and the weather extreme thing is minus 20 degrees to 105 up there. Maybe we got to find a more temperate climate. Sell all three properties and buy something else. And so I've been looking at different things. And this one is definitely going to take. Actually, there are three of them here. They're going to take goats, a lot of goats. 220 acres in Olive Hill, Kentucky, for $325,000.
It's all on the side of a mountain.
No, it's not that bad. It has two streams running through it, and there's some good looking. There's some slopes like this, but the part of it's flat, and part of it is overrun with the cedar trees or whatever. How they the invasive species. So, but then there's 100. There's a little under 200 in Morgan County, Tennessee, and it's not fully listed yet. I saw the all right, this is coming up. Keep an eye out for it. 132 acres in Morgan County, Tennessee, as well. A little cabin, has a creek on it for $499,000. 132, and it actually has a house on it and power and stuff to it. Got a 90 acres in Grafton that has a stream in it that needs Grafton, West Virginia, that needs goats on it. 61 acres in Princeton, West Virginia, 300,000 needs goats on it. 35 acres in West Hamilton, West Virginia, 169,000 needs goats. Oh, goats love to stand on anything. The other one, homesteading in Idaho, Audra, over by Eagle, over by Boise. They had goats and rabbits too, and they had the yard. They had they double stacked the electric netting fence around the goats and stuff, and they had all sorts of rocks and stuff climbing. And the goats were hardly ever on the ground. They were jumping from rock to rock and everything else. Yeah. I almost forgot. Goats have a certain breeds of goats, which are probably hard to get imported to the U.S. Maybe most likely. They shear them for wool as well, and especially up in Scotland. So another reason to have goats is you can get some wool from them. But yeah, so there are advantages. The goat milk is healthier, and according to Jay, was it Jay? It said it tastes better. Or was it Tooth by V? One of the guys said it tastes better. There is, they don't graze as much as they do going after the twigs, the brush, and everything else. So you send them through, and then you send in the cattle or the sheep in, and they take care of the grass. But there are advantages to them that way. They're smaller. it's easier to get a goat into the milking stocks than it is try to get some cows in when a cow doesn't want to go in. Oh yeah, they'll deliberately stomp on your feet. But and goats are leaner, are a little bit leaner. Yeah. And there's Steve running through. Active shooter on the highway in Kentucky. When I was looking at most of the places I was looking, other than Oliveville, Kentucky, the others were in Tennessee and West Virginia. So, yeah. Oh. All right, Steve, thanks. Maybe one of them good old boys caught his cousin Jeb making out with his wife. Yeah, soaking biting it on the ear, I found out watching my dad do it. My dad got ticked and just bit down on the ear and the cow rigid, and and he grabbed the tail and he pulled it right on into the stocks. Yeah. Well, I think I covered it, but yeah, I think that with the Steve's hillside there, and of course there's Trainer's hillside. He needs to get a couple goats up there on it. Some of the screeching goats or the loud goats. All right. If you have any questions about it, there are plenty of wrong one. Come on, let me get up here. Hang on, I'm trying to find the right one here. All right. Let me see here. Okay, on YouTube, I just put in goats. Mark, you're gonna love this one picture. Just popped right up. The first picture that popped up for goats. If he's not there, you guys are gonna love it.
Is it mine? Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, you should grab that and put it up there for your emoji.
I was kind of in a hurry,
Yeah, but yeah, there are. Ann of All Trade has goats, so there's probably some good videos there. Sunflower Farm Creamery, goats. Yeah, that you want to learn about goats and stuff. There's a good one there. Some of the other ones here. I'm looking at ones for. Whoa. All right, this goat channel here, the Dodo. It has more. It's cats and everything. I said it had 16 million subscribers, but there's a bunch of shorts on them.
Go to Goat Sounds. Go back up. Go to the one that showed goat sounds. Play that one.
No, I'm not going to get
okay.
dinged on it here. Yeah. So and there are goats climb. Yes, goats climb. So yeah, there are a lot of goats, and the ones that talk about specific breeds. So Weed and Reap. I forgot about Weed and Reap, but this was 7 years ago. I wasn't subscribed to them 7 years ago. Weed and Reap. I know I've seen several of you in there over on their channel too. On their stuff. Have goat Nigerian dwarf, the best goat breed according to them. But yeah, there are a lot of other ones that actually raise goats. I'm just thinking about getting goats. We're debating between goats or sheep, and it's kind of like, yeah.
Well, you can always sell the wool from the sheep, so
yeah. And if we get goats, we're gonna have to get a. I'm gonna have to get a bigger trailer so I can haul them in, and so I can, after they eat our place down in the spring and stuff, where I can take them to get rent them out to people to eat down their weeds and stuff around here.
Oh, when you rent them out, you got to make sure that you have the fencing to keep them in check, because that's what those rental companies, that was most of their expense, was the fencing to make sure they didn't escape.
Yeah, I already got a couple. I got 260-foot lengths of it, 4 foot tall, and I got another 60-foot length.
Keep a goat in.
Oh yeah, that's what the one goats I had come in to clean up here. She had the 3.5 feet tall fence, and she had about 60 feet, and then she made a small circle, and she'd come out, she'd put them in it, come out at noon, move them over a little bit, and then take the goats home, come out the next morning, set them up and just do that with them.
I guess if they have enough to eat, they're not going to try to escape. It's like, oh, I got food here. It's when they run out of food, it's like, oh, what's over there? I'm going.
Yes, that's exactly it. Now, she said in the wintertime that they will eat. They'll get the big bales of
alfalfa,
of straw.
Really?
Yeah, straw, and put it up on a feeder where they get they eat at the bottom. Where they got to try to climb up on it, but they'll do straw. They'll do a couple bales of straw. And once they go through that, then they'll throw out a bale of alfalfa. And then they'll do bales of straw, and then a couple bales of straw, then a bale of alfalfa. Yeah, well, my dad was also he was also notorious when he was a farrier, biting down on horses' ears, and then you get the horse to lock up, drop a small rope down, catch one of their hoofs, and bring it up. Tie it off so they couldn't. So they were three-legged, so they couldn't kick at you. I wish I'd known my dad when I was older, but he was younger. That would have been amazing. I heard a lot of stories from my uncle about him. Anyways, coming up here, go over here. All right. Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to be talking about canning fish. All types of fish. Cod, salmon, cat, trout, whatever it is.
Goldfish.
No, that's a college thing. You just swallow the goldfish at college.
Oh, that's right. You swallow them whole and feel them swimming around your stomach till they die of the acid. Yeah.
Yeah. Tuesday, back here on GrayManPrepping for Tactical Tuesday, this is going to be an important one. Items you might have overlooked in your prepping. So we'll be covering that those type of items on Tuesday. Thursday is the midnight ride at 10 o'clock. Everything else is at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Midnight ride is 10 o'clock Eastern because it's midnight down in Rio de Janeiro. And I wish I was partying. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to talk about the education system dumbing us down. And next Saturday here is down the rabbit. This is when I it got postponed on. Yes, is down the rabbit hole spy software programs. So we're talking about not just what big guys are doing, but other people, including people that put their houses up on Airbnb or any of the other rental places like that. So that's some of the stuff coming up here. If you have any suggestions, please email me at camppattonfamilycompound@gmail.com. The email's in the bottom of all my videos. And send me any ideas or topics you want to see me in the panel address coming up here. All right. And so that's on that. Thanks, Mark, for coming up here, and everybody, thank you for your comments on in the side chat there. Yeah. So figure out if you are a member of a MAG, a MAC, CAG, whatever you want to call it, a mutual assistance prepping group, whatever. And they have land that everybody's supposed to be going to in a major event. Talked about getting goats out there to keep the weeds under control. All right. See you guys later. So remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill every month, and get your garden growing. Put in a fall garden if you didn't put us in a summer garden. All right, take care, everyone.
Buy a goat.
Yeah, get a goat too. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Later.